Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. I'm ZUHAIRY, your interviewer for today's session. There are two guests for our session today, which is Mr. HAFIZUDDIN and Mr. SYAMAIL. Both of them are a user for this Photopia online photo editor. Mr. HAFIZUDDIN, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. HAFIZUDDIN. And how are you, Mr. SYAMAIL?
I'm good, thank you.
I see both of you are a user for this Photopia online photo editor. I prepare some interview for both of you. There are two sections, which is design and interface, and also the function. Now I move on to the first section, design and interface. Are you both ready, Mr. Fizudin
Yes, I'm ready.
and Mr. Shamael?
I'm also ready.
Thank you. Now for the first question. Are this design and interface of the online photo editor looks good on your eye?
I think yes, because the design is user-friendly and the functional icon and buttons are arranged well, as well as the icon explain the function of the buttons.
Thank you for your response. For Mr. Shamael then.
Yes, for me it is very nice and interesting on how it designed, which is to make user easy to understand the tools and equipment to edit the photo.
Thank you Mr. Shamael too. And then move on to the next question, the second question. Do you like the overall theme of the Photopia online photo editor website?
In my opinion, I like it because the combination of the black and white show a minimalist of the design, and the use of white icon color is very suitable with the black background.
Now for Mr. Shamael.
Okay, from my opinion, the tip is very smart on how they made because it also similar to Adobe Photoshop app, but I prefer this one for my daily use and I so very excited to use it.
Thank you for both of you. Now for the third question. Okay, all are all the buttons arranged in an orderly and neat manner?
Yes, for me, because the most of the button are arranged vertically to make it easier for user to find the button.
Thank you, Mr. Abzudin. For Mr. Shamael.
Yes, absolutely. The way they arrange the button is very simple and nice, and at the same time, it is easy to make user recognize the function of each button.
Thank you for your response to Mr. Shamael. Then for the next question, have both of you used a similar design interface with this one?
Yes, the design for Photopia online editor is very similar to Adobe Photoshop, especially their button layout and workspace are the same.
Mr. Shamael.
Yes, I like as I said earlier, I had used some other design interface that's similar to Photopia, which is Adobe Photoshop, because I like to edit photo using software because it can make my work more easy, depends on the user.
I see. It is similar to Adobe Photoshop. Thank you both of you. And then for the last question for this section, do you have anything that you want the Photopia to improve on its design and interface?
I think Photopia can change the color of the background and icon to make the website look more interesting and attractive.
For Mr. Shamael.
Okay, from my opinion, to improve the design and interface for Photopia, you can make the software more to user-friendly so that many users would like to use the software because it can make their work easy to proceed if they understand on how to use the tools and the buttons of the software.
Thank you for both of your opinion for any improvement. That's all for the design and interface section. Now move on to the second section with the function section. The first question is, do all the tools available can function properly?
Yes, because for example, I use Photopia to edit my picture and I use various tools provide like lasso tool and it worked well for me.
Next Mr. Shamael.
Yes, the tools and equipment is functioning very well and it is very easy to recognize on how it works on editing some photo.
Thank you both of you. And then the next question, do you think the Photopia had enough import and export option?
For some, I think it's enough, but for student, Photopia needs to add the export to PDF because the most assignment needs to submit in PDF format.
Thank you Mr. Fizudin. Then Mr. Shamael.
From my side, it is good enough option for import and export, depends on how big the file is.
Thank you for your feedback. Then the next question, what other additional function that you think is useful in the Photopia online photo editor other than its basic tools?
I think Photopia needs to add additional function such as the image can be edited automatically by the system itself.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hafizuddin. And then Mr. Syamail.
Okay, for additional function, Photopia can add some tools that can edit many photos at the same time so that users can multitask whether they want to edit the current photo or the previous one.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Syamail too. Next, for the fourth question. Do you think the premium account is worth it to buy because it has many more functions other than the basic account?
I guess yes, because for professional editor, they need more functionality to get a high quality work.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hafizuddin. For Mr. Syamail.
Yes, it is 100% worth it because when user buy the premium account, it has many function, tools and equipment that very useful and important for editing photo rather than basic account that just have a basic tools only for editing photo.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. And then for the last question for this section. In overall, do you think Photopia online photo editor have enough function?
I think yes, because Photopia has provide many function for the user such as lasso tools, moving tools, gradient tools and many more. These tools are very useful to user as they can make a high quality result for their work.
Okay, thank you for your response, Mr. Hafizuddin. Now for your response, Mr. Syamail.
Okay, for my opinion, if user buy a premium account for editing a photo, they had enough function because premium account give user more tools and more import and export option rather than basic account.
Okay, that's all for my question for the function section and also the design and interface section for this interview today. Okay, for conclusion, thank you, Mr. Hafizuddin and Syamail, for answering all of my interview questions. Without the help of from both of you, it is difficult for me to get the user feedback for this website. Okay, that's all for this mid session today. I hope both of you stay safe and stay healthy during this pandemic session. Thank you.